Hello and welcome to Create the Flow. I'm Monica Freeman, host and founder of Monica Freeman Studios and Unewell. I am here to guide you in aligning with your soul's purpose, trusting your inner voice, and building a life that you truly love. You were born with a purpose, and your intuition already knows the way. Hello, my love. Welcome to the show. Today, I want to dive into why everyone seems to be talking about nervous system regulation and how it actually is the secret to every single thing that you want in your life, no matter who you are and what your dreams are. Nervous system regulation is essentially taking your sympathetic nervous system and bringing it to a parasympathetic state. Your parasympathetic state is your rest and digest. It's where your body feels safe. It feels calm. All your organs are working properly. Your nervous system is working properly. Everything feels completely aligned. It's in this state where we are actually operating from more of our conscious mind and we are able to think clearly. So, you know those days when you overreact to a situation, or you wish you hadn't said that thing, or you could have done this better, or you start to second guess yourself. You have negative thoughts. You think you're unworthy. You're challenging every single thing about you. That's because you're in a dysregulated state. A lot of people don't realize that dysregulation means you're in survival mode. Survival mode doesn't just equate to monetary, so wealth. Even though a lot of people have been conditioned to believe that if you're in survival mode, you're struggling to get by and money is hard to make. Survival actually feels like overworking, overperforming, overthinking. It feels like anxiety. It's dysregulation in your body because your body is here to protect you. Your nervous system is constantly looking for any threat that is going to harm you so it can keep you safe. And that's a beautiful gift. We want that. We want that adrenaline and that cortisol when we need it, especially if you're being attacked or chased or something's happening to you. You want that chronic stress response to happen. But when it happens, when you are just having an unconscious thought, so let's just say all of a sudden out of nowhere, you start stressing about money or a phone call that you had last night or somebody breaking up with you or something that you did at work or anything going on in your world. And all of a sudden your body shuts down and it starts to attack itself. And then you go into this fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response unnecessarily out of nowhere. That's where it becomes dysregulation. That's where you start to actually unconsciously hurt and destroy your body. I've discussed this before, but our fascia, so the connective tissue in our body, stores tons and tons of emotions. And when we are in that chronic stress response, we have all of these emotions happening internally. And some of them we are releasing, but a lot of them we are suppressing, or there's also emotions we've repressed. We don't even know that we have them because we pushed them down so far that they don't exist to us anymore. So when your body is in that state, it cannot perform and it holds those emotions in the body. So it stores in the fascia. And then all of a sudden in 3 months and 5 years and 6 years, depending upon the level of your stress and your anxiety and all of this dysregulation, you start to experience, like I just said, depression and anxiety and ailments and diseases and all these conditions, these digestive issues, and you don't understand what's going on. And you think it's a physical thing that's happening to you, but it's also an emotional thing that's happening to you. That's why people are speaking about nervous system regulation, because we are in a shift in the universe right now where people want to heal. They want to show up for the things that they love. They want to be balanced. They want to be in harmony. This whole idea that there's no work-life balance or there's no like fun and work or whatever you want to have a balance of is not true. When you are regulated and you are living fully aligned, you can have harmony because you're not swinging so far on the pendulum one way or the other. You're literally able to hear your body speak to you. And if it says, I need more of this, you give it more of that. And if it needs more of this, you give it more of that. But we are so conditioned to live the way that we were born and raised, to live by society standards, to think that stress is normal, to think that diseases are normal, to think that going to a 9 to 5 job that we hate just to get by is normal. And I'm not here to say that any way that you're living is wrong. What I'm trying to do is present other opportunities to you, is to make you more consciously aware of how you could actually feel regulated and calm, which would lead you to actually lean in and trust your intuition to make different decisions. So maybe you're in a relationship that's not serving you. You would actually feel safe leaving that relationship, or at least talking to your partner about ways to work through that relationship. Or maybe you're in a job for 20 years that you loathe, that you've been wanting to quit every day and you dread going to. I'm trying to help you realize that there are other alternative ways of doing things when you feel regulated, when you actually feel peacefully aligned. I know the first time that I really tapped into this parasympathetic state, it was so foreign to me. I had no idea that this was how we were always supposed to feel. I lived in dysregulation my whole life. I always saw threats. It was like everyone was constantly attacking me. And I don't mean physically, and I don't mean like I was just like a magnet to chaos. What I mean is when things didn't work out for me, I was in victim mode. Why does this have to happen to me? Everything always happens to me. That kind of energy, that low vibe frequency. And when you're in that energy, you're not even consciously aware that it's because of these unconscious beliefs that you created at such a young age that you're just running on an old, outdated program. And you think that that's normal, that it's normal to be in victim mode. But the truth is, even if somebody did something to you, it's none of your business what they did. It's your business to heal, to accept that, and to change that, not to react to that. That's the beautiful gift of a regulated nervous system. When you get to that parasympathetic state, you don't overreact. You actually go into that logical side of your brain, you go into that prefrontal cortex, you think about things consciously, and you actually act in a way that is safe for your nervous system, in a way that feels safe to your body. I remember when I was younger, the outburst I would have, calling my mom and being angry at her and yelling at her and saying whatever words I said. I don't even recall now. I'm much older. But the point is I look back at that girl with so much love and compassion and think, man, she had no idea. She had no idea that she's attacking the one person who loves her the most because she's hurting inside, when all she has to do is heal the inside. It's not this person's job to heal me. Why am I attacking that person that's never going to leave me, that has my back? And that's what we do when we're dysregulated. We blame people, we accuse people, we do that to ourselves. We harm ourselves, we hate ourselves. So the reason why I'm sharing this today is because even though I feel like we have stepped into a time when I can't turn on social media without everything being flooded with nervous system regulation, I find it as this most beautiful gift, because this is the closest that we are going to get to peace. Because when everybody feels that peace internally, that's how we have the collective consciousness that is at that level of peace. That's when the vibration is so high and we all experience that together. What a gift that would be. When you're in such a peaceful energy, it's really hard for somebody not to match that energy. Nobody's like trying to disrupt your peace. I mean, not anybody mentally sane. So when you get to that level, you start to make other people feel that way. I know that my best friend in the whole world is the most peaceful person on the planet. And because of that, it's just natural for me to be the same way in their presence because we share that energy. And even if I wasn't that way, which I wasn't when we first met, I immediately felt the energy of him when I would come to his house, when I would spend time with him. It was almost like he had this entire aura that was like floating around at all times. And I used to tell him this like decades ago. I would say, you literally are just like radiating peace at all times. It's like a bubble around your home. When I come here, I feel safe. This was before I understood the energetics and chakra healing and nervous system regulation. This was before I even had a clue that that's all true, because I felt it. So today I want you to really think about something that doesn't feel good to you. Maybe it's the way that you respond to fear. Maybe it's some specific situation that you're handling right now in your life. And I want you to reframe that. I want you to see that as a gift, as something that's happening to you. I know that's really hard to do because when you are in the toughest of times, it's really hard to view this as a gift, but there is a lesson in everything. Maybe that lesson is teaching you a better way to do something, or it's healing you and you don't even know it because it's a transition phase. There's always something guiding you. Our souls came here to complete a soul contract. So until we complete that soul contract, we are constantly just going through different experiences that are getting us to that place. But when we start to tap into this frequency of peace and we really trust our intuition and we look at things as happening for us and guiding us, we reach that destination faster. So we shift to that new destiny, but also we do it from a place of safety and regulation, and it feels soul aligned. I know I can't express the emotion that I'm feeling through this video, but if I could explain to you, if I could describe the way that it feels inside of my body, it's like being in the most peaceful place you've ever been. So for me, that is my childhood home at Christmas with my family, decorating the Christmas tree, really surrounded by love, my mom baking and cooking. She's such a good chef, and having chocolate milk and hot cocoa together, and us being little kids and opening our presents. And the night before, even though we all had our own bedroom on Christmas Eve, we all slept in the same room because we were so eager about Christmas. We wanted to wake up together, and we would go to bed listening to Christmas music. And it's that warm, good, amazing feeling every day. Every day gets to be Christmas if that's a holiday that you love. If it's not, choose your own holiday. But you hear me now. You get what I'm saying. You feel that energy. It's warm and it's inviting and it's cozy and it's safe. It's safe. Imagine a life where you feel safe. You feel safe when it's chaotic, when it's promising, when it's wonderful, when things are just doing whatever they're going to do, because that's what the universe does. You feel safe. That is, in short, what nervous system regulation does. It brings a level of peace and safety to you that is unmatched. It is honestly the best gift in the world. To me, it's better than money and love because it is a place that attracts those things to you and it's able to give back that. So thank you so much for tuning into this. I hope this shed some light on why nervous system regulation is something that you should tap into if you're not already, and how it actually is changing your life no matter who you are and where you are in your life's path, and how it can actually transform your life in a way that you could have never imagined. I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like more information, you can follow along on Instagram at Create the Flow Podcast, or find me personally at Monica Freeman. And if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a review and share it with a friend.